There is a direct correlation between your body fat percentage and the quality of your life. Every time I get lean, because I go through phases, I'm reminded that lean is law. I'm tired of hearing this victim weight shit, or I want to be strong in the gym. That's fucking cope. Okay, you can only talk like that if you're 250 lean. What do you care about being strong in the gym? You're not Brian Shaw or Eddie Hall. Okay? Put the fork down, fatty. Lean is law. You're going to start getting your abs back. Your face gets more chiseled. You lose the bloat. You de-bloat your whole entire body. You have less inflammation. So you're moving around differently because you think you're more handsome, which you probably are. But now you're walking different or you're talking different. All right, lean is law. Winter cut.
Like he said, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Lean is law, bro. For real, for real. And I definitely abide by this. Now, I'm not saying you got to be 3% body fat, 5% body fat. I mean, most of you guys will never be that lean anyways. But if you're like 15% even, and you came down from like 25, you will notice a difference in everything. Like, you'll know the difference in everything. Obviously, when I was my heaviest, you know what I mean? You probably see the picture in the thumbnail. You see how fat my face was, and then my face got super lean once I lost the fat, right? But that's not it, right? Because that's just basics. That's basic inflammation. Everything gets better. Everything gets better when you get leaner. Literally everything. Obviously, you have more confidence because when you're in the gym, you see the V-taper, you see the pump, and people are looking at you like, what the fuck? But you also kept that commitment to yourself to become the version of yourself that you wanted to become. Every single one of us, I don't care what anybody says. People in the comments will lie. Just like he said, a lot of people will say, I want to be strong. That's why I'm not lean. It's like, and they're weaker than me. They can't even fucking deadlift 500. They can't squat 450 and they weigh 250. That's insane to me. And they can't bench 4 or 5 and they weigh 250. That's embarrassing. So you're not going for strength. Or you're not going for strength. At 185, right? I bench less than my brother did at 165. So let me just clarify that. I lift less than my brother did at 165. All right. But at 185, I could bench at least 375 or 405. Depends on the day. I don't really bench a lot. All right. I can squat 450 to 500 depending on the day. I don't go super heavy in squats. I usually rep out 365, 405, shit like that. Right. On deadlifts, like today I did 500. I'm chilling. All right. I'm not going back to 650 like I used to. But people will say, oh, they'll use it as cope. They'll be like, oh, well, you know, I'm just big because I want to be strong. And they have a big ass stomach. I see shredded dudes in the gym that have good size, right? And they're doing heavy weights, right? And they're lean. They're lean. All right. And they're lifting more than the people in the comments saying the stuff like, oh, I just want to be strong. I can lift hundreds on dumbbell incline. Okay. That's not a lot. I could do 150s. That's not a lot of weight. All right. And that's literally just cope. Like I said, my brother at 165 was hang cleaning 335, fucking squatting 315 for reps of 20, doing, heavy deadlifts and shit like that. Like that's not the reason. All right. In reality, by the way, you can still get stronger while eating healthy, obviously. So you can change up your nutrition and still get stronger. You guys just want to eat whatever and not be held accountable for that shit. But like I said, I'm not gonna force nobody to do nothing. But for those of you guys out there who are like, oh, should I bulk or cut? If you got a fat face already, you got titties, you can't see your abs, fucking cut, bro, and see how everything goes up. Because I guarantee you, right, if you've done some dating while you're heavier, once you get leaner and you start dating, you're going to be that chick's first dude with abs of the year or first dude she's ever seen with abs. You see what I'm saying? Like, or she hasn't seen dudes with abs in a while. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. It's different. It is. Like that V cut, the abs, a lot of people don't have that shit. They just don't. That's why, like I always say, if you have 0K followers on Instagram or TikTok and you have a good physique, you will get to 10K if you post every day for a year. Because guess what? You have something most people don't have. Besides consistency, you have a better physique than most people. It is what it is. When you see popular people on the For You page and the Explore page, what is it? Every single time it's a good physique. Things get better when you're leaner. People treat you better. You go to restaurants. You can get to a restaurant at the same time as everybody else. You're gonna get the best treatment. They're gonna treat you first. And you're just gonna get the best treatment. You're gonna be like, oh, maybe it's just a restaurant. And then you'll look at the reviews and there's a bunch of negative reviews by out of shape people. Or you look at someone else having a bad experience, they're out of shape, right? You do have a different mood and energy when you're out of shape as well. You just do. You can't keep commitments to yourself, so you lack confidence. You're probably depressed because you have a lot of inflammation. That's physiological, right? And you're insecure because you feel like everyone's staring at that pudge in your stomach, right? Which is why you're wearing a black shirt that's oversized. Simple shit like that. Versus when you're lean, you're like, yo, I know everyone's staring. And if I was me, I would be staring too. Like, that's your mindset. So you have more confidence as well. And things are just different. Like, I don't think you guys understand. I mean, obviously you guys aren't me, but like the difference in my jawline from even like when I was around 18% when I was bigger. That was like when I was 210, pretty swole. And then when I got to 230, 226-ish, my face was super fat and inflamed. Now it's like, it's lean 24/7. When the sun hits, listen, nothing like boxing, and the sun hits and then the jawline hits. It's like, you just look different. You look like the peak of masculinity. Like, that's what you're gonna end up looking like. You know what I mean? So like, even when I see all my lean friends and stuff like that, usually the energy gravitates toward us. People are nice to us because we're in a good mood, because we're doing everything we need to do. You know what I mean? And we keep commitments to ourselves. Like, it is different. It sounds a certain way. I know it does when I say it, and you guys are like, well, I keep commitments to myself too. No, you don't. You're 25% body fat. You don't keep commitments to yourself. All right, you eat cookies when you said you weren't going to. You know what I mean? So like, things are different when you get to this lower body fat percentages and you're keeping these commitments to yourself. And people, listen, you're more approachable, and people are literally, you start talking to people, they're going to be responsive. They're going to listen to what you're saying. And that's some shit that didn't happen when I was out of shape. It just didn't. All right. It just didn't. And then of course, like, I know a lot of you guys care about this shit, but the dating shit's going to be way easier. It just will be. All right. It's just night and day difference. You know what I mean? Because there's genuine attraction. So there's actual interest. Just think about when you're not interested in a video game. You throw the video game out or some shit, right? If you're not interested in the anime, you don't even finish the second episode. That second episode is like a second date, all right? When you're interested and invested in an anime like Attack on Titan, you're willing to lose sleep, lose food, right? Skip work just to watch that. That's how interested you are. That's how it is when you're in shape and chicks are dating you. They're actually interested, so they're gonna make an effort. Versus when you're out of shape, you're just you're one of those random isekai animes that nobody watches, after episode 2. All right, so you have to realize that that is a significant factor. I don't know why you guys overlook that shit. Like, yo, my dating life is struggling. I look at your page, your face is fat, you don't have a haircut, you're balding. This is crazy. And then another thing that I see is people in the wrong mindset. Like, when you're the leanest version of yourself, you are focused on progressing yourself and being better than your past self. I see weird dudes in the comments saying stuff like, oh, I look swoller than you, bro. Like, I'm 8% body fat and 220 pounds. And from their profile picture, they're at least 20% body fat. And I'm like, why would you compare yourself to another man? Compare yourself to your past self. But you do look cooked, though. You know what I mean? You do look cooked. But at the same time, like, compare yourself to your past self. Like, that's what the journey is about. That's what the confidence is about. You're not trying to be like actual, you're not trying to be actual Giga Chad. You're trying to be the Giga Chaddest version of yourself. That's basically what it is. You feel me? And as you progress towards that and you start doing what you say you're going to do, you just feel different, man. There's nothing like it. There's literally nothing like it. And I could talk about this all day, but when I talk about this shit, I want y'all to actually be practicing the shit, because it's different, man. Like, if I compare my life 5 years ago to now, it's just night and day, man. Night and day. Like, everything's completely different. Obviously, how you carry yourself, but even if you struggle with how you carry yourself, but you've gotten in shape, you're still going to get such good interactions that you're going to start carrying yourself better. That's how it works, right? Experience is your best teacher, obviously. But if you struggle with like carrying yourself with confidence, but you're getting in good shape, and then you get in good shape, people are going to start to ask you questions and talk to you and start conversations with you everywhere. And then you're going to start to have those good interactions. And then guess what? You're going to become more social because of it, because you know that when people talk to you, they enjoy the conversation and they're interested. So now you'll be more likely to start your own convos with people. You see what I'm saying? Versus if you're out of shape, no one wants to listen to you. We're in an appearance-based society, guys. Don't be dramatic. We're in an appearance-based society, all right? And a lot of you guys deny that shit in the comments for some reason. But yeah, like I said, no winter arc shit, no January 1st shit. Like, lean is law year round. Like, you should, if you've been in the gym for 3 years, you have 3 years worth of muscle, you should pretty much always be lean. You should pretty much always be lean. If you want to add some muscle, you can gain muscle in a slight deficit. Do a main gain, do a lean bulk. It really doesn't matter. You're still going to gain muscle. A lot of people dirty bulk and act like they're doing it to gain muscle, and they're just lying, to be honest. Because like I said in the other video, you can eat a lot of shit and still be lean. Like, it's the amount of shit that you guys are eating and the low quality of shit that you guys are eating and the frequency that you guys are eating the shit at. Because best believe I can go a week and I can eat burger and fries every single day and I'll be lean. Why? Because I'm not eating a burger and fries, and then 2 cakes and 2 cookies and drinking soda. You see what I'm saying? A burger and fries is really just potatoes, right? And beef. It's literally that simple. All right. So if you're eating, besides that, during the day you're eating eggs and chicken salad and 2 protein shakes or something like that and watermelon, you're gonna be lean. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna be lean, especially if 90% of the time you're eating super lean. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys try to use the dirty bulk or the, oh, I'm trying to be strong as cope. If you're not lifting crazy numbers, if you're not doing crazy numbers, you know what I mean, for your age or your weight bracket, then you're not really lifting heavy. All right, you're really not. All right, and you can lift heavy and eat healthy anyways and get lean at the same time. That's a whole different conversation. But yeah, a lot of people just use it to cope. Just know that lean shit is law, and that's what most people. That's what is gonna. The only reason it's gonna garner more respect. I'm not saying do it for respect. I'm just saying it's gonna garner more respect because it's just harder to do. There are a lot of people in the gym that've been lifting for a long period of time and they're not lean. We always see that shit. So a lot of people in the gym, they've been lifting for a long time, they're not lean because they just ignore nutrition and they're like, well, I want to be strong. It's like, okay, so why am I stronger than you? You have 50 pounds on me and I don't lift for strength. Why am I stronger than you? Like, eat your protein, eat in a deficit, get lean. Lean is law.